Yeah, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a 4-bedroom house. It's gonna have a great open concept.
Yeah. And of course, you're gonna put in a legal second suite.
And a legal second suite. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hi there, I'd like to show you an amazing project from a friend and client of mine by the name of Kaush. Kaush has been my client for 4 second suite conversion projects, and in this project, he added a second suite to a corner lot home and took it one big step further with some infill development by severing the lot and building another house right beside it with its own second suite. So essentially, he took one housing unit on a single lot and turned it into 4 housing units on 2 separate lots. What he did was awesome. He added a ton of value for himself and also 3 additional housing units into the marketplace. So it all starts with second suites and can really take off from there. We always recommend people start with second suites and see what other opportunities they can achieve with their property. The cool thing here is that he used the prefab modular method to build the new home, and they literally trucked in the house modules from a factory and assembled the whole thing on site in 6 hours. I was there back in December to witness it, and while I was there, I had a chance to sit down in my car with Kaush to chat. He shared some great insight on the prefab process for construction compared to on-site. So I hope you enjoy this discussion and the cool footage that we took on-site of the construction.
Yeah, so internally, what we need to do is we need to finish all the flooring. We need to we need to connect the modules together also.
Yep.
So the HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. I have my team coming in on December 9th to take a look what needs to be done, but all the modules need to be connected together, and then we need to connect to the main services.
That's only a few days from now.
Yeah,
to get all that.
yeah, December 9th.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be airtight by the end of this week. Like all the work to kind of do to have the house secure and airtight, and then my team's in right on Monday to kind of just understand what needs to get done, because it's new for everyone, so they don't know exactly what to do, even though we have the building plans. So they're going to come in, understand what needs to be done. I've already got in touch with the inspectors as well, so we're going to start having dialogue with them and provide them with certain engineering and so forth, because it's already built, right?
Yeah,
so they can't really do a rough-in inspection other than connecting the modules, right?
Yeah,
So internally we need to do that, as well as the flooring and the painting, and then a little bit of drywall where the modules connect, and we need to kind of connect the services, as well as there's a couple little things, like I didn't want the standard countertop, so we're going to upgrade that a little bit. As well as a shower upstairs, because they only provide tubs, so I wanted to do a nice shower upstairs in the master bedroom as well. So yeah, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a 4-bedroom house. It's gonna have a great open concept.
And of course, you're gonna put in a legal second suite.
And a legal second suite. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
The great thing about that is, when you're buying an existing house and you're doing legal second suite, you spend a lot of money on plumbing just to kind of put in the right plumbing for the washroom and so forth, because you got to dig up the ground, you got to put the underground plumbing in, then you got to reseal it. This hasn't been done yet, the flat work for the basement, so we can kind of do the underground work the way that we need to, and then put a cement floor in, right? So which is all part of the cost, so that kind of saves money a little bit as well, than kind of doing it for an existing house, right? So we're going to design it and pass it underground plumbing as part of the initial house.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So you're the first one within our network that's doing this type of infill development with a prefab home. Some of us in our network, we're doing small infill developments, but everything's on site. Right. This is something that is super interesting. I think a lot of people are interested in this. So the question is, have you looked at on-site versus prefab, and what is the reason why you went with this method of construction?
Right. I did look at the differences between. I'll be quite honest with you. What really kind of drove one of my decisions is a really bad experience with the contractor beforehand.
That doesn't happen often, right?
No, if you get the right, they're not all bad, but I had a really bad experience where I lost a bit of the money because I paid ahead of time and the person stopped showing up, that type of thing. I don't want to get into all of that, but at the end of the day, thinking about managing trades and so forth, and I compared the cost of getting a GC to prefab, and it was similar. I'd have to do a little bit more work on the prefab because you know I'm on site today, that type of thing. Where GC, I might not necessarily need to be there that much, but I'd still probably do it anyway. But so basically, the Quentin D'Souza, I was part of his Action Taker program, and
great
great guy.
Yeah.
And obviously, like again, it's again being part of the network with real estate investors. Like I was part of his program. He actually did this a year ago, so I can't take credit for being the first. He's actually the first.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did mention it.
He was the first. He invited me out to kind of take a look at his project, and that's where I kind of was like, wow, light bulb started going off, and I was like, I'm gonna do this too, because at the end of the day, some of the benefits are, the house, is actually constructed stronger than code because you need to lift it with a crane, right?
Right.
So the framing is stronger than code.
Yeah.
It's done in a temperature controlled environment, so you don't get that type of any type of deterioration from the elements like while you're building.
Yes.
Right, and it cuts the cycle time down.
Yeah.
So in development, what you need to do, you want to build as much as you can in a year, right? So if you can cut the cycle time down in half or less than half, by having something done off-site, right, and being brought on site while you're doing the foundation, for example, it cuts like we built this house in a month.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we didn't build this house in a month.
Yeah.
It was pre-built beforehand, but at the end of the day, from shovel in the ground to delivery, it was about a month, and we're 80% complete. So I mean, that's kind of the reason for prefab was really the ease. I wanted to do something different as well. I wanted to see if I could standardize this type of process and multiply it, and find more lots and do more of these types of developments. That would, obviously be very lucrative, hopefully, down the road, and help me build a wealth and build a portfolio out, right?
Yeah, and it's really beneficial for the community and providing the housing.
You know what?
That's the amazing part of it.
100%, like that, affordable, beautiful new housing. It's a win-win. It serves the needs of society and what every government's looking at, and at the same time it can be a profitable venture. So
for sure,
it's a win-win, right? So that's great. I mean, I have great tenants, and I'm sure I'll get some great tenants for this place and provide. It's been a lot of millennials, who are moving in and trying to find their first place to live.
Yeah, we're noticing that.
Want something nice, and then they'll move on afterwards. So hopefully, we'll see how that goes. Or it's a retired couple who wants, sold a bigger house, wants to just kind of have a simple life and not manage too much things, right? So
cool. Yeah, I mean, one of the other advantages of prefab is just the minimal disruption in the neighborhood. 100%. I mean, we're here one day, it's like one day of disruption, there's cars, but compared to the construction project we did, especially in the wintertime, how difficult it is with people on site and heat and all that sort of stuff, 1 or 2 days of on-site disruption definitely beats like 5 months, right? So that's one of the big advantages, is the speed, getting everything done in the factory, and this is something that's just very, very interesting.
100%. I mean, when I was actually discussing this with the city, I had to change the roof design because I had a hip roof. And to get the roof delivered with it on top of the modules, I had to go to a flat roof. So I had to go through some hoops with the city to change my
initial
covering?
Design.
The
sort of the
roof.
The shingles?
Yeah, no, the actual design. Like a hip roof is kind of like this. Right. Yep. Whereas this is just a flat roof like this, right? So I had changed the design, and I had to go back to the design review panel. And one of the things that I said was, I'm doing this to minimize, disruption. Like I'm using this modular process. It's coming 80% delivered. If I have to build the roof and it's raining and so forth, it's going to damage the inside. So if I can go with a flat roof, it'll just simplify things, and there'll be less disruption to the neighborhood. And then I explained the whole modular building process, and that was one of the things that was impressive to the city, because they care a lot about, obviously, the neighbors being upset about development and so forth, right? So
so this is amazing. Thanks so much for having us. It was a party today. There's a lot of people out here, and it's amazing what you're doing, obviously for yourself, for your family, but what you're doing for the community as well. Obviously, you want to probably continue to do these projects.
100%,
if anybody wants to get a hold of you potentially to partner with you on a project, can they do that?
Sure. If you want to provide my email in the footnotes, I plan to do a number of these in the new year, trying to actively look for more properties and use this process. So if anybody's interested in investing, please feel free to reach out. it's a great project. I think there'll be good margins for investors, and yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And,
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to the next project.
Thank you for all your support, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hey, so are you interested in learning everything there is to know about Second Suite investing? Well, then you have to join my Second Suite's Profit Formula Masterclass. Hop on over to www.suiteeditionspro.com to sign up. This comprehensive training takes you step by step through the entire process of doing a profitable Second Suite project. We cover everything from financing the project to finding the right property to permitting, renovating, and finally renting out your 2-unit house for maximum rent. We're compiling the experience, knowledge, and mistakes from over 200 Second Suite conversion projects to guide you and potentially help add thousands of dollars in value to each and every property you invest in. Moreover, the principles and strategies discussed here are a starting point for other intensification opportunities that you may want to get into, such as third units, coach houses, and infill development. This comprehensive 8-module program is currently selling for $997, but you can sign up with the coupon code SPECIAL300 to get $300 off, so your cost is only $697, including tax. In addition, you will also receive over $700 worth of bonuses, which includes 1-year access to our private Suite Editions support group on Facebook, the Second Suite City Guide that covers the rules for the most popular investment cities in Ontario, our Trusted Contractors Rolodex to be issued in the spring of 2020, and finally, our half-day on-site training at an actual Second Suite conversion project, plus networking lunch. All of this included for free as part of the masterclass. If you're serious about Second Suite investing, take advantage of this offer and sign up now at www.suiteeditionspro.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.